like I said, thanks again for joining us this morning as we go through the latest updates for Ideate Software for Revit. Just a couple of slides introduction. I think most people know me, but if you don't, my name is Steve Dedman. I'm the Customer Success Manager for Ideate Software in the UK and the EMEA region. You can see a bit about my background. I'm based down in Guildford in the UK. Been in the building services, architectural constructions, construction sphere for many years. Been heads of BIM architectural practices, worked at main contractors, and I'm now working with Ideate Software as the Customer Success Manager.
Steve, sorry to interrupt. I don't know whether it's just me or everybody else. All I can see is slide 1, your opening slide. Could somebody else just confirm that you can see Steve's slides as he's flipping through them? Because it could be me, Steve. It could be me. Just trying to see if anybody else can just put into chat the. Yeah, I can see it now, Steve. That's it. Much better, Steve. That's it. Yeah,
okay.
Great.
All right. Great. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for that one. So just if you don't know who Ideate Software are, we are a authorized Autodesk software developer, have been for many years. Our website is a huge resource of educational material, videos, tips and tricks, blog posts, getting started guides, all that kind of stuff. So you can always head to the website to find out more about our wonderful solutions. Technical support is always available there at the email address you can see. So if you have any technical problems, please contact the team on that email address. So this is the latest update to our tools, and we're now supporting Revit 2025 back down to Revit 2022 with archive copies available of our solutions from Revit 2021 right back to 2014, I think it is. So that's just some points for you to there. And so yeah, so this is all about the latest updates and work we've done for the Ideate software tools. And as I say, just repeating myself again, this will work with Revit 2025 back down to Revit 2022. So everything you see this morning will work with those 4 versions of Revit. So we are updating most of the tools in our bundle solution. So our bundle solution includes Explorer, BIMlink, Sticky, Star Manager, and Apps, as you well know. So Star Manager and Sticky haven't had too many feature enhancements this year. It's all been around back-end stuff, making sure that the solutions work properly with Revit 2025. So there's no major features to show you this morning, but there's some obviously apps. BIMlink and Sticky do have a lot of updates, as well as Ideate Automation, which is our scripting solution that isn't part of the Ideate software bundle. That's why it's shown down below there, and that includes support for Revit models back down to Revit 2020. So we are changing a little bit the way we support Revit within various different products. So let's start looking first up, we're looking at Ideate apps. So quite a few changes within the Ideate apps. Firstly, with the view creator, so we're now giving you another method with which to create views for your Revit projects. This is the create from scratch method. So what this enables you to do is, if you've got a completely blank template, blank file, you can start creating your views from scratch straight away. So this is just a brand new template. I'm just going to select the type of views I want to create. So with its floor plans, can choose the levels to create the plans from. Any scope boxes, they probably haven't, because it's a brand new template, brand new project. I can create those 2 views like so, and it's just a nice, quick and easy way. There's nothing, you haven't got to set anything up. You don't need any existing views. You can just quickly create these views. The next option is we're now giving you the ability to create views using a view template. So if you've got your view template set up within your Revit template, you can now use those to generate your plans. So they will already apply any sort of properties that you want to apply to your views. They can be applied right from the outset. And we're also now giving you the ability to create sheets from within this view created dialog. So it's kind of just finishing that kind of whole trip there. So you can create your views, and then create the sheets as well. So I've created the views from the view templates and then place those views onto a sheet. So it's just a one-stop operation now within the view creator dialog. So there you can see the views have been created and my sheets have been created as well. So that's some new enhancements we've made to the view creator. Oops. And then also in View Creator, we now give you the ability to create sheets from any of the view creation methods. So if you use the View Creator to create some views, or you've used the duplicate views option, you can now see I've got some views created already there. I can create the sheets from those views, and I can use an existing sheet and kind of use it like a sort of batch clone. So I'm going to use an existing sheet to create the new sheets for the new views that I've just created, if that makes sense there. So you've got two options. You can use an existing sheet, or you can just use a title block. So you've got several options here. So we're just trying to finish that whole process of creating views and sheets just within the one process. You still have the other options with the sheet manager. You've still got BIM-link, of course, to create these views and sheets, but we're trying to automate this even further by adding these options within Ideate View Creator. And another further tweak here. So we've been in a situation where you've created all your sheets, and then you need to put another sheet in between your existing list. You've got to spend time renumbering all the sheets, and it can be painful and slow. We've now given you that option here within the sheet manager. Enables you to renumber existing sheets and create space, if you like, for a new sheet. So here I want to create 101, or I want to move 101 down. I can use that renumber down function. I've created a space there for an additional sheet that I might need. So that's just a nice option there within the sheet manager. In the rename, it's just renumbering down those sheets. So that was the view and sheet tool. So within the Ideate Annotate, we've made some enhancements to the align and distribute tool here. So if you're familiar with Ideate Annotate with the align and distribute, it just enables you to automatically align and distribute your text and tags within your project. So here now we've got oops, I'll just pause that, haven't I? There we are. You can use your align distribute filter, so we're just filtering then on those text tags, etc., etc. So we've got additional functions here. Amongst the distribute, I can distribute them from the top down or bottom up, and I can even specify a setting. So I want to space out where I want to place my text or tags. I can now use those options within the align distribute to just give you further enhancements in that experience of automating and aligning your text and tags. And then within the align setting, you can see there that one of those pieces of text is aligned to the right where the others are aligned to the left. You can now automatically using the align function, align not only the text together, all the text and tags together, but also it changes the alignment of that piece of text, which was aligned to the right, it's now aligned to the left. So it's just, again, further productivity enhancements and tweaks that we've added into Ideate Annotate there on that particular function. This one is moving to the Ideate Align tool, which is the tool we've developed to help you align views across multiple sheets. So with this enhancement, so you've always had the ability to align the views, but the actual view title was only previously supported for plan views. So if I moved a view and I wanted to align the view titles, that would only work for plan views. So we've extended that now with this latest update to also include the view titles for schedules, legends, elevation views, all types of views. So if I've made a change here to this view and I want to align the view titles for the plan views and the elevation views, that's something I can now do within the Ideate Align tool, just using that matching the view title position. So there I'm doing the plan view, and then once I've done that, I can then do the elevation view as well, and it's matching those view title positions. So this is something that's we've added to Ideate Align, just further kind of enhancements to all of these tools. And now you can see those. The views have been aligned, and so the view titles there. So within our Ideate Renumber tool, we've now included a filtering option. So we're extending again using some of our other tools within our other tools, if it makes sense, or using filters is available within other tools. We've now added that to the Renumber tool so that we can just filter and just renumber the certain elements that you want to renumber. And we have some rules that we've included, so you can load and export and import your own rules. That's available there on the 3 dots. If we take a quick look at how this one would work. So I'm opening the renumbering tool, and in this example, I'm going to renumber my my rooms, but I want to exclude certain rooms that have a certain value I don't want to include in this particular renumbering task. So it might be any one of those parameters, but I'm going to choose the area. So I'm going to ignore rooms which are smaller than 700 square feet, because I might want to add a different value into those tags, whatever it might be. I can think of plenty of uses of this functionality, but so for these rooms which are greater than 700 square feet, I'm going to add a suffix to those rooms. So I'm drawing a path through those particular rooms, including the corridor and every room, even the small room in there, which I know probably isn't going to be it's going to be less than 700, but I'm just doing it anyway. So I'm drawing my path there. You can see the new values that have been applied. And once the changes have been accepted, you can see that one has been added. But this one, some have been changed and some haven't been changed. So it's just by adding that filtering, you can control which elements get renumbered and which don't. So further enhancement to that particular feature of the Ideate Renumber tool. So X-ray, then we've added further visibility checks. So we're up to 53 or whatever it is now. So there's unresolved in place family check. I'm not 100% sure what that one actually means, but it must mean something. I guess it's just, yeah, if unresolved, they can become invisible or hidden somehow. The depth queuing and model display check, we've added those options into this as well. Okay, so annotate tags. So this isn't new with the 2025 or 2024 release, but this was released just back towards the end of last year. And I thought I'd go through this once again because I'm sure a lot of people aren't aware of this or haven't downloaded the latest versions for a while, so are unaware that the tagging tool does exist. So I'm just going to quickly go through some of the functions of the tagging tool once again. So the tagging tool in Annotate is a way to intelligently tag multiple objects quickly, but by using customizable rules so that you don't have to spend time reviewing the drawings and deleting and re-adding text and tags like you do with the tag or not tag, just puts tags everywhere. So we can do that intelligently through the Ideate tagging tool. So here's a couple of examples. This is if I wanted to tag all the walls in that particular view using the tag all not tag command, that's what you get, and there's no choice for orientation of tags. There's no choice for what type of tag you want to use, and it's tagging everything, including curtain walls and other types of walls as well. So you don't have any control over what gets tagged. If you use our out of the box tagging rule, you get a more filtered approach. So we're ignoring curtain walls, we're ignoring walls with no type marks, etc., etc. And you can customize and build these rules to suit your own needs. And then there, just by tweaking it even further, or defining my rules even further, you can see that that's much more acceptable in terms of the tagging, the placement of the tagging. Yes, there's still a few overlaps and clashes that I kind of have to deal with, but it's certainly a lot better than it was initially with that tag or not tagged from using Revit. So this is done by using certain rules within that we will show you in just a second. Here we've got another example. I'm tagging casework in that elevation view. That's the tag or not tag will give you that option. Using our tagging tool, you can create rules to just tag the upper units, for example, and you can place all the tags in the same position above the casework units, and you can see there the filtering. So this is filtering that was available in the tagging rule. We've pushed into the renumbering tool, so we're just trying to bring all our solutions together using the same option. So that's another option there. So I do have an example. So here I've got some rules created for the lower units and the upper units. So I've got rules that specified to tag the upper units and lower units. You can use those rules multiply at the same time. So it's just going to go through this again. So I've got a rule for, so I can use, you can select multiple rules to tag multiple objects at the same time. So it's just quickly tag those casework units quickly and easily just using those rules there. In this example, I am tagging rooms, but again, using a specific customizable rule, I can filter out rooms that I don't want to tag or I want to ignore, for example. So in this example, I've managed the rule we're ignoring rooms that are less than a square meter. So that might be little riser cupboards or utility cupboards that I don't want to tag in this particular exercise. So you can see there's some rules that some rooms have been left out of this tagging operation. I can also tag all open views. So if I open those 3 views, I can tag all those views at the same time, and it puts the tag in the same place in each level in each room. So that's another example of different functionalities we've got within these tools. And if that wasn't enough, we can even tag views through the sheet. So here I've got 3 elevation views already placed on the sheet, but I haven't tagged them yet. Using my upper and lower casework rules, I can quickly apply the tags to each of those views from just one place on the sheet. So that's further kind of productivity enhancements. We're giving you lots of options with this tagging rules. Once you've spent a little bit of time creating some customizable rules for different elements, whether it's rooms, doors, or casework, those rules can be saved out and used by other members of your team. So that wasn't that feature. It has been available for a couple of since last year. So it isn't new with this release, but I just wanted to mention that and bring that up for you anyway, just as a reminder. So that is all the enhancements to Ideate apps. Let's look now at the Ideate Explorer. So in Explorer, we've made some changes here. We've made some changes to the UI. We've added that information pane to the bottom of the screen. This was previously available in the warnings tab. It's now available within the Explorer Navigate. So it's just giving you further information about the objects that you're selecting using Ideate Explorer. Supporting high resolution monitors. That was a big customer request. The little checkbox has got really small to see on those larger monitors. And the element tree stays retained during element editing processes, so the tree is retained like it says there. So that's something we've done with Explorer, just a UI kind of experience. So within the selection filter, and there's a video showing these a bit later on, so if you're not clear about what it is I'm showing here. So within our dynamic filtering, you now have a way to just filter out and select the objects that you are interested in selecting. So we're just trying to filter out that the Revit kind of views that can get very cluttered and can take a lot of time just selecting elements. We've added further filtering enhancements that make that process a little bit easier for you. And then this one, this is probably my favorite of the Explorer enhancements. You can now select on a category and then just select by category. So if you just want to select doors in a view or plumbing fixtures in a view, you can kind of pre-select using Explorer to filter out anything except the elements on that particular category. So that's quite a nice kind of feature enhancement that we've added in there with in Ideate Explorer. So let's just take a look at some of these in a little bit more detail. So as I say, the UI has had a little bit of a tweak. So it's improved visibility for those with larger high resolution monitors. We've got that information panel, like I said, that's showing down below the main selection tree now. So if I filter there on the doors and select a couple of doors within the Explorer dialog and click to the right here, then you can see the information about those particular doors. So this may be hopefully be useful to you. Just helps you, determine or get more information about your objects as you're working in the Revit in your Revit models. So that was that's the kind of one of the UI changes that we've made. We have also changed the filtering options. So when we introduced our dynamic filtering within the last version, we also included the existing Revit view filters in this filter list. So we've turned that off by default, but if you do want your Revit filters back in, just click on the cog and the settings and you can include your Revit view filters if you want to include them in your filter list within your Revit, within the Ideate Explorer dialog here. So, but here I'm just showing you those. We're just showing the dynamic filters that we created, so last version, and the out the box filter. So here I'm just going through showing the example where I selected. I'm just filtering on in-place families. Then I can just select in-place families just in a specific view, just by putting a window over those areas. So it's just further enhancing selecting and editing your elements. Sometimes just selecting elements in Revit can be a challenge, so this should be helpful to you. And here for selecting by the category, I'm right-clicking on doors, and now I'm just selecting doors in that particular view. So that was one I do like. Would be used not just for model elements. Obviously, you can use this for annotation elements if you just want to select all the text or just specific tags. This is a nicer way of doing it. You can say pre-configure, pre-select the elements you want to select in your view. So that's some enhancements we've made there to Ideate Explorer. So in terms of getting more information and learning more information about elements within your Revit models, we have extended Ideate Query now to include more information about hosted categories. So if you have elements in your files, so this example with air terminals, you can now determine which elements they are hosted on in the linked model. So it might be walls, might be ceilings. You can just give you more information about that hosted data. So this is hopefully going to be useful, just trying to provide you more information to help you make decisions about your models. So that's something that we've added in the query function within Ideate Explorer, that host model information. And again, here's just another example. I've selected a data device, and I can now see, using the query, I can now learn more about the host object that it's hosted to, so the wall, what file it's in, the wall type, etc., etc. So this is giving you more information about those particular elements. That information is also available in BIM link. So if I just go to the BIM link here, so here once again it's repeating those information. So this is extended now for hosted elements and tagged elements. You can see the tagged element category. You can see the tagged element, what linked Revit link it's in, type name, family name, etc., etc. So again, just trying to give you more insights into your Revit models. This might be useful for quality assurance purposes, trying to find out information from linked files. We have added a link definition to help you manage the view range. This would have been something I would have used probably fairly frequently in my previous roles. It's been management, so you can now review the view range of specific views in your model. So this might be useful, or actually be very useful actually, to control some of those offsets, cut plane, etc. To be used with a little bit of caution, but at least we've got visibility now into the view range settings of some of those views in your projects, as it often causes headaches, the view range. So having a BIM link definition to help with this is definitely useful. So we also give you the ability to use BIM link in the Revit family editor as well. I'm sure lots of people aren't aware of this. And we've started to introduce link definitions to help you manage and support data in your family. So last release, we introduced one to help you manage all the family types and type data. We also introduced links to help you with managing families, even creating new parameters, new family parameters. So here with the new link now that can help you manage all the text in your Revit families. So whether these are generic annotation families or anything, any kind of families that have text in them, you can now review that data using a BIM link definition here. And our health check. So as part of our health check operation that includes a BIM link definition, we have improved the performance of this because this was causing issues for some of our customers in very large projects. They were trying to view lots and lots of information. This particular health check link was pulling out information on pretty much every element in the project. So we've included, or we've tried to add filtering to make that process a little bit easier. So we're filtering out in place families in this particular link, and we're filtering out if it contains a group, just to give more kind of clarity on and speed up the process and give you more sort of targeted data on your project health checks. Of course, if you do want the information about these objects, the in place and the categories and groups, you can just edit the health check link yourself and then perform those tasks again. So we've just trying to improve the performance of some of these health check operations. So yeah, that's just what I'm saying there. It's just helping to produce these KPIs and produce that data, make it clearer for you. Okay, so that's all the updates to the Ideate bundle. So we're going to look now at some of the changes we made to Ideate Automation. So if you're not familiar with automation, it is our automated solution to help you further automate common Revit tasks, specifically doing non-business hours, which is the kind of key selling point here. So you can create these tasks, set these tasks up to run overnight, in the evenings, in the mornings, so that you can be more productive with your Revit workflows. So automation can run Revit tasks, or it can run tasks that are using some of the Ideate software tools as well. So in this release, we've done a lot of work on the kind of back end and the sort of error reporting side of things, because now when tasks fail, it was quite difficult to determine why these problems were occurring. So within the actual automation UI now, we've provided more help for troubleshooting to help you determine problems that maybe have happened with these tasks, rather than having to email us, and it might be a while before we can get back to you. It's just helping you to try and troubleshoot some of your own solutions and understand why these tasks aren't failing. So we're giving you feedback there about why that's particular tasks are failing, and we give you the opportunity to open and review the log file that's created. And by opening the log, it will take you straight to the first error message, and that will tell you exactly why the particular task didn't function. In this example here, it's saying the IRC JSON export file does not exist. So that's a fairly easy one to resolve. You just need to make sure you're specifying the correct file. So we've done a lot of work on this, which will hopefully make the experience much better for you. We've also given you the option to, again, the performance issues to help you resolve or just improve the time it takes to refresh your files on BIM 360. So you can choose to exclude certain folders that you don't want to refresh when you're performing the refresh. So archive, consumed, for example, and obviously you can type in and add to this list as well, and create your own list of folders. If it's stuff you don't want to refresh, then there's something we can add here to help you on that process. In terms of the performance, in terms of some of our scripts, we have now made the option to open or close specific work sets pretty much added to all of our scripts now. So this is the performance enhancement to make those tasks run smoother. You can choose which work sets you want to keep closed or open when running a majority of our scripts. And this one is specifically for the IRC export, because we know this is a big one for a lot of our customers. So we've given you further options, a couple of options here to perform a save once you have exported your IFC. If you're looking to save the IFC GUID information into your files, you can now sync and save the model after you've done the exporting of the IFC. You can open the model as detached, which will give you a clean kind of export, so there's no danger of any permissions issues occurring. And then in terms of the information that you are exporting, you can either choose a set of views to export. So if you've got to create 3 or 4 IFCs from one particular model, you can use the view set option. Or if you're just looking to create an IFC of one specific view, then you can use that export by view names option. And I should add both these options, the view set and the export by view, are available in IFC and the NWC script as well. So some just enhancements to some of our popular scripts here. So I can just take you through some of these changes here. So the UI looks slightly different. We've hidden by default the getting started guides. Here you can see a list of all your completed tasks. The additional options is now a toggle here in the UI, making that a little bit easier to see. And then when you toggle that, you can get extended options that we provide for you. You can now create tasks and schedule them without having to run it first. So previously you had to run the task, then create the schedule. You can now set up the task and then schedule it and add it to your scheduled tasks straight away. So that's quite a nice update here. So here where we've got completed with errors, this is giving you the feedback of what the issue is. And if you open show the details, that's showing you the line in the log that's telling you why that particular task failed. And if you're running a task which is on multiple models, again, we can report the errors on just the files that failed. These might be the same error, might be different errors. So it's just helping you on that feedback side of things. And again, within the scheduled task, we're now reporting where things have completed with errors or even missed altogether. So if your scheduled task is missed, that's probably because the machine wasn't powered on or you weren't connected to the internet or something like that. Refreshing the list, so this is what I was mentioning earlier. On your BIM 360, you can choose to exclude those particular folders on your BIM 360 folder, so that if you don't want to synchronize, if you don't want to refresh those, you're not ever going to need to access files in those folders, you can exclude them from your refresh list, and that should be a performance enhancement, particularly on very large projects with very large hubs with lots of models on. So here the work set option is now available, say, on the majority of our scripts, so you can specify which work sets to keep closed when performing a certain project, certain tasks. So the file open, if you're opening Revit models, you can now open more than one in the same session. So if you wanted to open 5 models, you can open them in one project rather than opening 5 separate sessions of Revit. And here is the what I mentioned earlier about the save as and opening as detached, and the export and view set options within the IFC export and Navisworks export saving. So we're giving you further enhanced, further options when using those particular file types, or performing those tasks within Ideate Automation rather. Okay, so that's a whistle-stop tour of the latest updates and enhancements. Again, just to reiterate, we've updated all of our projects, also all of our products, except say Sticky Style Manager. Everything else has had an update and is now working for Revit 2025 back down to Revit 2022. So there are what's new videos we've made, which are on our website and on our YouTube channel. There's what's new help topics on the website for all of our products. So go and check those out. You should have had an email telling you that the latest version of Ideate Software has been released. Any support calls, of course, come to message the support@ideatesoftware.com team. And the only thing to say is, if you want to start using this new stuff, then go ahead, download from our website. You can check in products, you can check for updates. You can download the software from our website. You can also install quickly using our Ideate Software installer. So information is all there on the website. And keep in touch via our social media channels, where you can find latest updates, news, etc., etc.